Elliott was born and raised in San Antonio. He is a 30-year veteran of the San Antonio Police Department. He's been a real estate agent with SAFR for about 6 years and was, in fact, our top producer in 2021. He's been married to his wife, Melinda, who we absolutely love. That wasn't in there. That's just throwing it in there. For 29 years and has 2 grown children and a grandbaby. Congratulations on that.
Whoa, you're going to be a grandpa?
Grandpa, yeah.
How does that work? You look like you're maybe 35.
I think I was 10. I don't know when we had it, so I don't know. That's what I'm going with. Yeah. No, it's I'm very excited. So I started young, and very excited for that. Yeah.
Started young and finished young.
Finished young.
So you're actually coming up on, is it 30 years?
30 years.
30-year retirement. That's like awesome because that's like maximum benefits right there.
Right? A lot of ups and downs in 30 years.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, we're very excited. Very excited.
Okay. First thing we're doing, we're going to ask some questions to our top producer because we realize that there's some people out there that are interested in a career in real estate, have been kind of thinking, is this the right fit for me? So who better to bring in to talk to us today about their experience than the person that is the top producer in the entire company?
Wow.
And right now we're just shy of 90 agents, probably about 87, 88 real estate agents and brokers. And the hard charger right here across the table is the one that was the top producer out of all of us.
Now you're going up agents like regular.
Trying to.
You guys are growing really well.
Yeah, we realize that, real estate agents are the lifeblood of a successful corporation, of a brokerage. They're the gasoline that drives the engine. So we are always looking out for people that we think that are going to be a good fit, that we think share the same vision, and that understand that good, hard work does in fact pay off. And obviously Elliott is a perfect example of all of those ideals.
Yes, he is.
Wow.
Okay.
Thank you.
Elliott, I'm going to ask you some questions here.
Okay.
How did you get into real estate, and how long have you been an agent?
I've been doing real estate right now, right at 6 years, maybe a little over now.
6 years.
6.5 is what I'm getting at. I got to get to 0.5 inside there.
Well, wait a minute. When you're using fractions, you're young. I'm just saying.
That's right. Yeah.
You ask a kiddo, well, how old are you? Well, I'm 8 3/4.
Yeah, I'm that guy. So, been doing it, like I said, 6 years. I really enjoyed it. And this man across the table from me is the one that really got me going. Him and Gasper believed I had the gift of gab, is what we always called it. And so the truth came out is got into real estate. As y'all know, like I said, I was a San Antonio police officer. And at that time, I was doing extra jobs standing on my feet for hours and hours and hours. So went into this business. They explained to me everything that was going on, and I had their backing 100%. That's how I got into it 6 years ago. Yeah.
So who did Joey? Did he bring you into the?
I'm going to say Joey's the guy that really pushed me to going. Yeah, Gasper. So this is our history too. I went to high school with Joey.
Oh, awesome.
We graduated academy together, and I went to the academy with Gasper, and he was with me in my wedding too. So, yeah. So a lot of history, a lot of loyalty.
It seems crazy that it was probably a little bit over 6.5 years ago. We were having the conversation about trying to get him in,
right?
Because we understood that he had an incredible work ethic. We knew that because we were working right next to him in our primary job at the time, and understanding that he had the ability to compartmentalize things that come up, and not just in the policing field, but as what we thought was going to be a good crossover into the business world, which is you get certain things that come up unexpectedly or at the same time in a real estate transaction, and we knew that he had it in him to be able to be successful in handling those things.
Well, and he has a great personality too. That's I hadn't seen you in, I don't know, a lot of years, right? Yes, but you stand out because of your personality. You're very approachable, very friendly, and those are great qualities to have for a real estate agent. So it's a really good fit.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Elliott, with that, there's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of highs. Thank the Lord, you've experienced a lot of highs in your real estate career.
Right.
What do you think is your greatest accomplishment looking back now at the last 6.5 years?
So my greatest accomplishment, I'm going to say it's my family. So what I mean by that is there was things that I was never able to do with my family until I got into this career. It opened up, getting rid of debt. It opened up different things like that for me. And it was my family, helping my family get into a level where we were at. But actually with the brokerage, is being top producer. Like starting with, what did I have, one sale my first year as being an agent to now being top producer 6 years later. Man, it's just a win-win for me. I'm very excited. So,
and one of the things I think, again, just kind of watching your career and watching you grow in your business, is that originally it didn't come easy.
right.
You know, it was something, you know, 1 year or one transaction in a year is humbling.
Right.
It definitely lets you know that you're not being spoon-fed anything.
Right.
But having the right understanding and the support brokerage-wide, just like, you know what, you can do this.
Right.
They're having stability in place and realizing that this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. And that's something that he stuck with because he didn't give up. He stayed with it, and he continued to grind, continued to market himself. And that's not something that's easy to do initially. It's really not easy to do when it's not something that we've been doing. You know, you go to you have a job and your work is spoon-fed to you versus having to create the business out of thin air.
Yeah.
Easier
Very
said
good
than done.
point.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, because we were used to, like you says, with that part of the job that I do, you go to a call, like you said, it's all coming to me. So I do have to go back out and get it. It was different. It was different, but challenge was good, and they gave it to me.
Absolutely. Now, and to tell you here, as the co-host today, and again, thanks to Gasper for allowing me to fill in for him today. I have to look at Elliott, and I know all the answers to the questions, but I have to make it seem like I don't know who you are.
Right.
Even though I have known
exactly.
you since I was in high school.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, since high school.
Now, what year did you graduate high school?
1988.
Okay, did you graduate in May or did you graduate in August?
I graduated.
Okay, just making sure, because maybe you had to take an extra class. Okay,
hey, you know,
I'm checking my show notes. Checking my show notes.
That's a John J. Mustang, man. It helped me a little bit. So
John J. Mustang.
That's right.
I'm sorry. Okay. Tell us what you experienced your first year and essentially how the brokerage, SAFR and Faithfully, Homes and Land, how do they support new agents?
So my first year, like he says, it was difficult. I went to the classes, and I literally put everything in God's hands for me. And I went to classes, did all that, and it was very difficult because in class, it's like we're in the police academy. They teach you one thing, and then when you come out, it's really, the other. It's on-the-job training. So I got out here thinking that I was going to have all these people coming to me. And then I got out there, and I'm like, okay, my parents didn't even come to me. I'm like, what's that about? So no, I'm kidding.
Did your parents use somebody else?
No, they did not. They actually used me.
That's actually really good content for the next section.
Yeah, that was my actually.
Well, wait, I got a question. So did you charge them full price?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the funny thing. The other thing is my family always goes on that, right? Because it was business, right?
Sure.
And my mom is one of the biggest things that always says, this is business, and I'm going to treat you like a businessman. So if you mess up, you're going to be treated like a businessman, but I'm going to pay you like a businessman. So,
that's right.
That first year was very difficult. Trying to find it. It was just me knowing one job for 24 years, I guess it was at the time, going to another job, having basically to look for work. So it was difficult. But with, San Antonio's Finest Realty, they came in and it's not just because they knew me. I saw them treat all our agents that were there at the time like that. So I could call him on the drop of a dime. And I remember there's times I would call him at home and I'd be like, Joey, like, dude, this just isn't working for me. Like, I don't understand. And like I said before, his little deal was let the domino drop. Just let the first domino drop. So it was really one thing for me. It was hard, but they were always there, supportive with the group, kind of giving me ideas on where to go to market myself. Because the truth of it is, we had the top two guys in our brokerage that were working with me, and were taking the buyers. Right? Because who would want to go? They want to go with the experienced buyer. I'm a brand new buyer. So I went with my wife outside the limits, and I opened my horizons. But without them being there for me and supporting me with all the efforts of this is what you should do, this is how you should go, and is it a family deal, I wouldn't even have learned that. So my wife was the one who was like, well, let's go try this. And then I went to teachers. And then that's what broke me out. And then finally, when they finally retired, I got them retired out of the way. Then I was able to do other stuff. You know what I mean? Like, but the first year was very hard. But San Antonio, like I said, Finest Realty is the one that came up very supportive for me. Very supportive. They're always there with different guides and things that I have. So
yeah, and he was successful in finding a niche, and with that niche bred success. And I'm of the belief that when someone's out there, if they're looking to buy or sell their house, and for most of us, that's probably our biggest expenditure of our existence. Or if you're looking to come into the business, like somebody's considering a career in real estate, people are results oriented, and understandably so. We want to go with somebody who we know is going to sit there and negotiate firmly on our behalf, who's going to do it the right way. And when he found his niche, that first domino got kicked over, and it was just full steam ahead from there.
Right. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. And that was the other thing of doing police work for so long. Our logo resembles a patch, right? The San Antonio police patch is what it resembles. We all devoted a lot of time to this city, which we really, really enjoy, and we honor the city of San Antonio. That's what we did. But whenever I wore the patch, everybody thought I was off duty in my light duty uniform. So I was like, what's that going to be? So Joey's like, you do farm and ranch. Like, you like to hunt, you like to do the farm and ranch stuff. And I'm like, So my wife came up with putting our double logo. So then it came down to, well, the antlers are not a police emblem, because they kind of looked at it, and that's what helped me get into a different group of them understanding that I was doing real estate, and that's what helped me on that part.
It's good branding.
Yeah.
So, I like the look of it too.
My wife, like I said, my wife did 100%.
That is probably the coolest logo.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say that because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the one that he does in color is camo in the back.
Right, camo in the back. Yeah.
It's
really nice.
incredible.
Yeah. So
very cool.
good.
Now, kind of leads into the next one.
Right.
What steps did you take to grow your business?
So that was just it, learning how to market myself. And this, like I said just a little while ago, marketing was how to put myself out there as them trusting me. And funny thing is, my wife's a teacher. So she's the one that would be like, this is what you kind of need to do. Like, why don't we do this? Step out of your comfort zone. And I was the true police officer that was like, well, my comfort zone's in this circle, and I don't want to get out of that circle. So she taught me basically how to get out of my circle. And then Joey and these guys are like, dude, this is what we really need you to do. So everybody gave me ideas. So that's what I would come to the point of me, is stepping out of my circle, learning how to market myself better, and getting people to trust me. And all mine was straight customer service. I didn't want anybody to know that I wasn't going to be there, because we always get that little mark on us that, oh, you're just a part-time realtor.
Oh, yeah.
You're just a part-time realtor. You know what I mean? And I'm like, no, I'm a full-time police officer when I'm at work, and I'm a full-time real estate agent when I'm doing real estate. So it was me marketing myself, getting out for that, and that's how I was able to get my stuff going.
His level of success, even though it's a side hustle, it's not limited amount of energy or time or effort. You have to work at that. It's not something that you can just kind of fall into. That side hustle is something that needs to be worked on every day, getting better at your craft, something that he obviously understands fully. That's why he's successful as he is. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay, what advice would you give to a new agent or somebody thinking about starting a career in real estate?
So my deal is, I was blessed to have them have me help with training also a little bit with some of the new agents that come in. Mm-hmm. And I always tell them that. Because I guess if you look at the history of agents in general, not even side hustle, they say within that first year, a lot of people just quit, that it's not easy. Mm-hmm. And I tell them that right off the bat. It's not very easy to do. It's not for everybody. And just because you see somebody succeeding doesn't mean you're going to succeed in that first year. So it doesn't, like they always say, that saying is doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down as long as you keep getting back up.
Yep.
So that's what I always tell them is I would believe a real estate agent that's coming in, try not to look at the money. Because I think we talked about it at first, is everybody thinks, well, real estate agents, they're making all this money now, the market's great. And that's good, but what happens when you're not really going to do that? It's all about how you can be a person and, customer service to that person and make it one-on-one. It's more than just your commission. It's, being together as a group and treating them like you would your family.
Or your reputation.
So, and there's, like I said, there's a lot of things that I do with my clients, and I'll tell them, because how many times have we heard this? And this is what I tell the brand new agents, is coming in and they're like, man, I'm trying to get this person. They're trying to sell the house on their own. And I let them try to sell it on their own and see how hard it is and the risk you take without using an agent, and then put yourself out there. And then they come back and are like, because I've done that to clients. They're like, oh no, you know what? We need you to sell my house. So I try to do that to new agents, is try to put them, it's not all glory. It's not easy. It's pretty hard. And if you stick with it and you put the work in, then you'll get a lot out. So that's what I usually do.
Ain't that the truth? What benefits do you see on becoming a member of the SAFR and Faithfully team specifically?
Family oriented, faith-based oriented. One of the other things for agents is you get these bigger brokerages that don't allow part-time agents. And who wouldn't allow a part-time agent if you're getting some type of commission in, like they're making money and you can get the best of both worlds. So SFAR, they do that. They give people the opportunity to come in and get their feet wet instead of jumping all into a career that you don't know. They kind of get your feet wet, let you do that, and then you succeed. And then if you decide to leave your other career, you can. But it could be a part-time agent deal. Mm-hmm. But they're very, like I said, family-oriented, meaning how many times have you heard that I could see my broker across from me on a table? And it's not just because I'm top producer. I've seen them do that for the agents that are just coming on, the agents that have been in the middle. We do events together. You know what I mean? Like, it's a family-oriented, faith-based group, and I really, really enjoy it. They're always there for you. Like I said, it's not like they get the business phone number. You know what I mean? I have his cell number. He'll call me. So, and it's just, like I said, everybody has their different commission stuff like that. That's nothing part of this. It's just it's the one-on-one deal mm-hmm. that it's a family base for me.
Yeah, and I think it has to do with accessibility.
Right.
I know that when Gasper recruited me, because Gasper was when SAFR was a brokerage, he was a one-person brokerage. And when he recruited me, it was about accessibility. It was the ability to I know that I have been given the tools to succeed, and the templates of the forms and, business protocol, business ethics, that were all part of the training that he provided to me. And I always knew that in the back of my mind, that if I had something that I literally was stumped on, he was a phone call or a text message away. Right. And that's something that we've always tried to do that. And as we've grown and the agents have come up and been recipients of that accessibility, now they in turn are Mr. and Mrs. trainers, and they're senior sales agents or associate brokers. And now they're doing the same thing, just paying it forward. Having that accessibility be one of the foundations of our success is that we can always call or text the person that has the answer or that would have the answer.
Right. And like I said, we have different with our new agents and all that stuff that come in. They can call any of us. They have a trainer, but they mm-hmm. have a family of trainers. Mm-hmm. That's how I see it. There's one of our rookie of the years that came through. He works with us, and he's the same one that was. Mm-hmm. He talks to me on a daily basis just to kind of get bits and pieces. You know what I mean? They can do that with any of our brokerage. And like I said, that's where it's our family-oriented stuff.
Perfect. Now, if you're interested in a career in real estate or thinking about becoming an agent, hey, go to our website. We have a really, really cool website out there. It's www.safr.team, safr.team. And if you want to give me a call, again, my name is Joey. It's 210-827-7634.